Hi, everyone. It is John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It is great to have you here this evening. We have just went through an entire week. Today is day 7. I'm really pumped and excited. If you're new to IFYL, well, check out the QR code. Take your phone, scan that QR code. It will bring you over to my link tree, which has all kinds of great information, free, and stuff that can improve the quality of your life and everyone else in it. If you have any trouble getting to it, just go to Believe Me, Believe Me, Me, Achieve, Achieve.com, and you'll get the same place. I'm really excited. You know why? Because many of you know that I own a print production, graphic media, digital design, and video company as one of the companies I own. But today we had an epiphany, and we decided that our name wasn't really living up to our brand. Even though we're doing a great job for our clients, we wanted to convey what we mean. So we changed our name, and we have a whole new branding campaign that really exemplifies the things we do. The new name of our company is Orbital Media. Pretty cool. And our website will be coming soon, which is going to be Orbital Media Hub. That'll be coming out probably in a month or so. So I wanted to share that with you. We have lots of great stuff, and we look forward to helping you blast off to land in your next client's table and be ready to help them with their business. All right, so what's our topic for today, ladies and gentlemen? Well, the topic for today, in case you were wondering, it is this. Yes, it is the topic of what is patience. All right. Today, ladies and gentlemen, is the last day we're going to talk about patience formally. I have my nice mint tea, really good. It's always good to be patient and drink that. So, when we think about patience, we've been talking about this for quite a while. The entire week has been about things you can do to become patient. Some people will try to steer you off your path because they're not patient and they want you to become like them. Again, don't get angry with these people. Just politely step aside or tell them no, or that you don't agree with that. That's it. You see, a lot of people think that if they are intimidating to you, that you'll change your ways because you don't want to deal with them. What they don't know is you're smarter than them, and you actually won't change your ways. You'll just change the people you hang out with. Now, when we think about patience, we talked about the fact that you can meditate, you can be grateful, you can do all kinds of things to be patient in your life. We learned that patience this week helps us to become a better version of ourselves because it allows us to take those situations that have challenges in them and then be able to come up with the solution to that challenge. When we were thinking about changing our name, which was only about a day or two ago, we knew that neighborhood publications, although it's nice, it didn't really stand for everything we do. And so we are a media company, and we do more than just media, but we do all kinds of media. Print is media, film is media, audio is media, podcast shows are media. It's all media, right? Graphic design is media. When you're patient with people, they're going to be patient with you. Now, I had a gentleman the other day who was a little impatient with me. He was trying to do his rah, rah, rah and trying to, throw his business card at me and tell me all about what he does. And I kind of cut him off at the pass. Person reached out to me, wanted to connect here on one of the social media platforms. And I said, well, I don't connect with anybody typically until I've had a chance to meet them, either through a one-on-one virtually or till we've had a chance to meet personally. And I think he was a little taken back by that because he thought that I was going to be a low-hanging fruit that he could have just preyed on and got me to do business with him. But that's not how it works. when you meet somebody the first time, you're generally not going to do business. It takes anywhere from 7 to 10 connections with that person before you're going to feel comfortable and want to do business with them. Technically, you're going to get to know them. They're going to get to know you. They're going to learn about your likes. They're going to learn about where your challenges are. You're going to learn about their challenges. And you're going to support each other. And when there's something they need, they're going to reach out to you. When something you need, you're going to reach out to them. You see, that's better than somebody trying to sell you. Nobody wants to be sold, whether it's a car, whether it's clothing, whether it's jewelry, right? Whether it's a trip. We don't want to be sold. Now, thinking about patience, and as I'm just sipping my pretty hot tea here, you got to have patience, because if you don't, you'll wind up burning your mouth. How many of you out there have ever had pizza, right? And when you have pizza, you don't want to wait a lot of times until the cheese cools, but you know that you've burnt your mouth when you eat it too fast, or you didn't wait long enough. So you wait a couple seconds, you're like, oh, it'll be okay. And you have something and you go to buy, you're like, and you say a few words like, and you burnt the roof of your mouth. Now, not a big part, but maybe just a little part. And you can feel the skin that's pretty much separated from the top of your mouth. And when that happens, you're like, oh, why wasn't I more patient? Or why didn't I take my time when I was eating the pizza? Why didn't I just let it cool for 5 more minutes, right? What's 5 more minutes going to do, or 2 more minutes, or 3 more minutes? Today, we were working on a project for something coming up for Mother's Day. And the project we're working on uses heat, very high temperatures of heat. And a lot of times when I train people to do this, they want to get the project done with high heat, but in less time. So they cut a minute or 2 out. When they take the project out and they're like, this doesn't look so good. So time, we like to call it father time, is really the mother of creation. It's the mother of our success. Time is that unique unit of life that, ladies and gentlemen, we have to embrace every moment of it, because we can't get it back. So we have to live time in the moment. I'm going to share another story with you. A while back, when I was really busy and I just felt like, I was running around without my head on. You've had days like that or weeks like that. And when that happens, your days just sort of flip by, like just rolling. You just like, you're going to bed, you're getting up, you're going to bed, you're getting up, you're going to bed, you're getting up. It's like, whoa, it's like these days are just flying by. And you have to just sit back and you have to say, okay, I want to live in the moment. I want to take my time with my day. I want to enjoy it. And I want to be able to get all the fruits and benefits that this day has to offer. When you start to embrace your day and you embrace your life, the day still goes by. But at the end of the day, you're like, I got a lot done, or the day was pretty full for me. So when you are patient, you're going to find that you have greater knowledge that you draw upon. When you're working on something and there's a challenge, I always say, leave the challenge for a little while. Go take a walk, use the restroom, have a snack, have a drink, right? Call a friend, text a friend, check your email. Because then when you come back, you're going to be able to see that in a new light. When we were looking for a new company name, we were brainstorming for a while, and we didn't exactly have the name that we thought we wanted. So we kept brainstorming, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then it hit us. But when we were first brainstorming, it was like we were taking words from everywhere around, and we're putting that word in and this word in, like, that's not right. But then we realized that there was one word that we wanted in our company. You know what that word was? Media, because we do media really well. And so we knew the word media had to be first or had to be second, but we also knew that we didn't want a third word in the company name because that would just get too chaotic. So when we started to embrace the passion of what we're going after, we started to connect with ideas, right? And then we started to realize that the reason we wanted to change our name is because we wanted people to get the passion of what we do without having to do a lot of explaining. A name makes a big difference in a business. And if the name can convey what you do, oh my gosh, you're going to get people curious about your business. They know what you do, but they're curious to know, like, how do you do that? Or what can you do for them? See, that's an art of patience. All week, we were talking about patience. We're talking about the challenges that can happen. Now, what happens, ladies and gentlemen, when you're not patient? We talked about it. One, you're going to waste time. Number two, time is just going to fly by very quickly. The other thing that's going to happen when you're not patient is you're going to miss the boat. What's he talking about? So, any of you that like to get on boats like I do, and I like to sail, and I love motorboats and yachts, and when you step on the boat, usually you have your docksiders, and you step, and you want to have that solid step. So, if you were to step and you were to miss the boat, you know what would happen? You'd be in the water. And you might be saying to me, John, well, that's kind of crazy. No, it's not. When you can have a playful spirit of what you do every day, and you can get patient about thoughts that are in your head, maybe they're not fully cultivated. I love drinking my tea. I'm very patient, having a sip here and there and enjoying it. When you eat your food with a level of patience, you actually will burn more calories and you'll gain less, right? Because your body has a chance to digest it and it's not being overloaded, right? What happens if you have this, I don't know, let's say you have this pump and you have this funnel and you're pouring it into the pump and it's supposed to come out the other side? What happens if you pour more in than it could take out? Well, it's going to start toppling over and then you get a mess. And then pretty soon the pump's kind of like overloaded and this is overflowing and that's not really taking much out. And it's just a whole mess. And sometimes the pump could even stop. What is it in your life that you're not patient about? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it your business? Is it the way you eat? Is it the way you think? Is it the way you listen? Is it the way you help others? Is it the way you volunteer? Is it the way that you express or lack thereof the gratitude for the things you have in your life and the things that are coming in your life? Is that what you're not patient in? Is it the way you eat your dinner or you eat your meals? Are you impatient with people because you have to explain something? Now, I have to tell you something. When you were probably learning something, whatever it was, were people patient with you? I bet they were. So, my question tonight is why did you become high and mighty, and why are you not patient with other people? See, I've checked myself at the door many times doing them like, hey, John, all right, maybe I'm getting a little impatient. Let me just think. When I learned something like this the first time, somebody showed me, and I had the chance to learn and go back and forth. Why don't I give that same level back and pay it forward? When you have this attitude of gratitude and you have the attitude of patience, I told you what happened with a prospective client. We just helped them get the right information they needed. We're patient. Medical people should be patient when they can, right? When it's not an emergency, they should be patient so they can make you feel comfortable. Patience. Car dealers should be patient. Realtors should be patient. Business salespeople and business consultants should be patient. One of the things I always say when I'm on a call, I say, look, we're not in a rush. So whenever you want to take the next step, reach out to us. We're here. I just want to make sure you get all your questions answered today. Did I answer all your questions? And if I didn't, let me know what that should be. It's funny. We get these clowns again here, Mark. Thanks for letting me know we have these clowns in the room. And I'm convinced that this guy here from this XYZ stupid network, uh, he's definitely not a bot. He's just somebody that's just rude and inconsiderate. And I have to tell you, it makes me laugh that someone like that doesn't have the patience, the knowledge, and the skills. He thinks that his comments about X-rated content is funny, when really it's pretty pathetic. Very pathetic. But myself and my moderation team, we're patient with people like that. Sometimes they're never going to get it. Never going to get it. But we can hope someday that they might grow up and they might just learn that their attitude is one that just detracts people. Every time we see him, we basically block him, right? And what does he do? He tells you to go to a website to go do something. And you know what? We're not interested. We're not interested in your comments. We're not interested in your sexual innuendos. We're just not interested. And the reason is because we know that there's so much more in life if we embrace the truth and we embrace what helps ourselves grow and how we can help others grow. Some people will never grow up. Now, I'd say this to myself when it comes to toys, but that's a good thing. I'll be a kid when I'm 102. But acting as if you're a teenager, and just being so flamboyant and being able to be rude and thinking that you're funny. I really want to call him a class clown because that's really what he is. He's a class clown. But my team sees that, they alert me, and we block them. We don't get impatient. But we know now that it's probably not a bot. We know it's just probably some kid or some adult that doesn't really have a life that he or she is happy with. Think about it. Somebody that's doing things like that doesn't have a life that they are proud of. So they've got to make them sound more important. They've got to appeal to people through something they think is going to get into their mind. And it will get in a lot of people's minds. The challenge is, if you can take the energy that you put into that and be a little more patient, you'd actually be able to help so many more people. So many more people. So we've talked an awful lot about patience this week. We've talked about why you need patience. We talked about what it can do for you, the benefits. We've even talked about what happens when you're not patient. And we've also talked about? We've talked about how you can build the skill of patience. Build that skill. And when you build it, you're going to start realizing that it's going to become easier and easier to be more patient with yourself and patient with others. If you say to me, John, I can't be patient with people. I'm an impatient person. That's just how I am. Well, that can be changed. First, you've got to learn to be patient with yourself. Right? When you're patient with yourself, you can start to become patient with others. But you can't just do that if you can't be patient with your own self. That's number one. Number two, you can start becoming patient with others. then you know what's going to happen? They're going to start becoming patient with you. Wow. It's like this circle that keeps going around and around. And so, just like the circle of abundance we've talked about, the more you make and the more you give, the more you get back. Now, it may not happen at the same point in the circle. It might take a little while before you go around and you get more back. But I notice this every day. When you're patient with people, when you give a little bit of yourself, they just want to help you. Now, there have been some groups I've told you with that I've been around and they weren't patient. But the truth of the matter is, if you're patient with yourself and you're patient with others, people that are not wanting to be patient with you are going to just fall out of the mix. They're not going to be around for you. Your energies are going to separate and you are going to go separate pathways. Ladies and gentlemen, by now, of course, you know who I am. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I thank you so much for watching. Whether you are a new subscriber today or you're an existing subscriber, I hope you'll be like those existing ones and come back and support my channel. Why don't you tag your friends, colleagues, and associates? Comment below. How did you feel about what I showed you and taught you with patience? Did this help you with your life? Share that with me. Are you wrestling with some area of impatience? Let me know. And then share it out with everyone you know on social media. Go to my channel and below my YouTube channel, John space E space Morley space serial entrepreneur. Look for the key phrase help keep our content free. Once you do that, you'll see that PayPal link and make the choice, ladies and gentlemen, to buy my team and I a cup of coffee. We'll be so grateful with those pennies and those dollars and the investments you give us that we'll put into new technology, new equipment, new facilities, new staff to continue to produce content that will drive you, it will inspire you, it will ignite you to become the person you were born to be. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. I'll be back tomorrow, Saturday, which is April 9th, with a whole new topic and subtopics for every single day. Have yourself a great night. And remember, when you want to become impatient, take a deep breath, take a walk, take a break. Because once you do something or something leaves your lips, you may not be able to take it back. Have a great night, everyone. And I hope that you enjoyed this amazing series about patience.